Okay, so imagine this for a second. It really turns everything you think about, celebrity inheritance completely upside down.
Hmm.
We're talking just weeks, literally weeks, before Hulk Hogan passed away. His daughter, Brooke Hogan, makes this, extraordinary decision.
Yeah, not what you'd expect at all.
Exactly. Not fighting for her share of his millions. Nope. She asks to be taken out of his will. Erased.
Right. And it wasn't some big, loud family drama playing out in public. It seems like it was this very quiet, very personal move to just step away from the inheritance entirely.
It's really counterintuitive, isn't it?
It absolutely is. I mean, usually you hear about these huge court battles over celebrity fortunes, but here, Brooke Hogan basically chose to walk away before anything even happened. So our mission today in this deep dive is really to try and unpack the why. What leads a daughter to willingly say no thanks to that kind of money?
Hmm.
We're going to dig into the surprising reasons, the fear, the protection that she talks about, based on what she said and, the context around it all.
And that context, it gets really heavy, doesn't it? Hulk Hogan passing away July 24th, 2025.
Yeah.
And then in those really quiet days right after, this, she calls it a messier story, starts coming out from Brooke herself.
Yeah, and what's so interesting, like you said, is how she told it. It wasn't angry, it wasn't theatrical. Her tone seemed much more cautious, protective even, which makes that decision, asking to be removed from the will, even more puzzling,
Yeah.
really makes you lean in.
Definitely.
So the timing here is key, I think. She asked for this before he died. That feels like a very deliberate move, doesn't it? Like a preemptive strike.
Yeah, absolutely. Not a reaction to his death, but something she did beforehand.
Exactly. And her main reason, the one she stated, it was this fear, she said, a real fear about what might happen around his estate after he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't about him, directly anyway, but about the fallout she expected. She was trying to get out ahead of the chaos, basically, avoid a future fight.
Digging into this, what really jumped out at me was that it wasn't just about the money or even just the potential fight. It felt deeper, like it was tied to trust.
Mm-hmm.
Brooke points to her dad's third marriage to
Mhm.
Sky Daly back in September 2023 as the real, turning point.
Okay.
And she didn't just sit back. She apparently warned him, told him, slow down, just date, or even, get this, put cameras in the house if it makes you feel safer.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty specific. That level of concern really tells you something.
Doesn't it? It suggests she saw something coming.
It really does. And it sounds like she felt he saw it too, maybe. She mentioned he even confided in her at one point, saying he was trying to find a way out of the relationship.
Right, but the wedding still happened.
It did. And Brooke didn't go. She stayed silent then. And, as the sources say, silence has a way of becoming its own kind of message.
Yeah, that absence spoke volumes, I imagine. A really powerful statement without saying a word.
Exactly. Her staying away, keeping quiet. It showed her deep reservations.
Okay, so fast forward. After her father passes, Brooke finally starts talking more openly. And this is where it gets really specific, doesn't it? This concern about Sky Daly's reported past ties to Scientology.
It does. That really comes to the forefront.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just a vague distrust of a new stepmother, it seems. It points to a very particular kind of fear she had.
So what was she really afraid of there? Beyond just, family dynamics.
Well, if you connect the dots, she seemed worried about the power such networks can wield. That's a quote. Her goal, pretty explicitly, was to avoid getting pulled into a fight with her mother, Linda, who obviously has her own history there, or getting drawn into the orbit of a belief system she didn't understand.
Okay, so it's bigger than just the marriage itself. It's about potential wider conflicts, entanglements.
Precisely. She seemed worried about lawyers getting involved, relationships breaking down further, her father's name getting dragged through the mud, becoming a battlefield.
Wow.
And her plea to her dad apparently was incredibly direct. She said she told him, "Remove me. Don't let me be used. Don't let me be tempted. Don't let me be a target."
That's powerful.
Yeah.
That really lays bare her motivation, doesn't it? Self-preservation, yes, but also maybe protecting him, his legacy.
I think so. Protecting it from forces she saw as external, maybe even predatory.
And it's really important, I think, to stress that Brooke herself said this wasn't personal against Sky Daly. She actually said Sky had always been polite to her.
Right, that's a crucial detail. It pulls it away from just being, a stepdaughter-stepmother feud.
Yeah.
Instead, it puts the focus squarely on that really volatile mix you get. When grief and money collide, when old wounds reopen, and when new allegiances complicate old loyalties. She seemed to see that perfect storm brewing.
That's a great way to put it, a perfect storm.
Yeah, and she basically said her motivation was protecting her father's name and her own sanity. She had this fear, she said, that grief would turn into litigation and affection into strategy.
Affection into strategy. Oof, that's quite a phrase.
Isn't it? It suggests she really anticipated how things could get twisted. So stepping away wasn't just about avoiding the money, maybe it was about choosing peace over profit, avoiding all that expected turbulence.
It really challenges that idea that inheritance is always this great windfall. Sometimes maybe it's a burden, a source of conflict you just don't want.
Exactly. It shows a different perspective on wealth and family, especially in the public eye. Protecting the relationship or the memory of it over the financial gain.
But then, just when you think you've sort of got a handle on her reasoning, another layer emerges, something she only found out after he died.
Right. That's another really poignant twist in the story. Brooke apparently only learned about her father having a serious hidden health struggle after he passed away.
Wow.
Yeah, and learning that afterwards, it just completely reframes everything, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Imagine making this huge decision to protect yourself and his legacy from future problems, thinking you know the situation, and then finding out he was carrying this immense private burden you knew nothing about. It kind of reframes every moment she didn't take, every conversation maybe they could have had. It just adds this profound layer of sadness and complexity to her grief, and how she must look back on her own choices now, even the ones she made trying to protect things.
So, wrapping this up, we're left circling back to that main question, aren't we? Was Brooke running away from her responsibility? Or was she running from what she saw as a trap? And her answer seems to be neither. She presents it as a strategic retreat, a deliberate choice made out of deep concern, really, to protect his name, her own sanity, the legacy.
It really makes you think, though, what does it actually mean to protect a family legacy? Or even your own peace?
Yeah.
When it's stepping away from it all, from the potential fight, actually the bravest thing you can do, the act that preserves things the most.
And how much are our decisions shaped by the things we don't know about the people we love? Those hidden struggles, those untold stories. How do they echo even after someone's gone?
Exactly. Some heavy things for you, the listener, to maybe think about regarding family, legacy, and what protection really looks like.